Anyone want to share what is testing, guys? Can anyone?
Application that is working according to the client requirement or not.
Excellent. Yeah, the application is working according to the client requirements or not. Okay, excellent. So every day I will ask the question, guys. You please answer the questions. That is right or wrong, but you need to attend that question. Okay, you need to answer the question. Okay, so this is what one kind of exercise. Every day we will ask the questions. You need to answer it. Because in interview suddenly we don't know, tomorrow your friend asks, hey, there is an opening, can you join the at least you can attend the interview. So they will suddenly they will ask the question. So be ready all the things. Okay, now no need to read. Okay, don't by heart. Okay, just try to understand the concept. Okay, what is testing? So someone has asked you what is testing. The testing is nothing but to check whether the application is working according to the client requirements or not. The client will give some requirements. We need to check whether this application meets the requirements or not, whether the application is working according to the client requirements or not. I told you yesterday the requirements is very, very important. To try to understand the requirements, you need to read twice and twice and twice and twice. Then only you can understand the requirements. Okay. Uh, uh, what is positive testing and what is negative testing? Can anyone?
If you are
One by one. What is positive testing and what is negative testing?
Positive testing is giving positive values by testing. Negative testing is giving negative values. Means invalid.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Anyone want to share? Any other person?
if you are entering authorized user ID and the password, the login page, then it is considered as a positive testing. Suppose if you are entering invalid ID and something like invalid thing, then it is unauthorized. So it is negative testing. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, positive testing. See, remember, guys, this is the important one. Don't test first as a negative testing. You always test as a positive testing. You always concentrate on what positive testing only. But don't do the negative testing is a first. First, we need to do what functional testing. Very, very important. Whenever any application is given to you for testing, most of the people they give you negative testing. They start immediately negative testing and they will give you reporting the issues. That will be get into a negative feedback for you guys, because first of all you need to check functionality. We are the functional testers. Remember, we are functional testers. So first of all, any application or any task, real time we can call it as a task or item. If any item is assigned on your name, first of all what we need to do, we need to do a positive testing. Positive testing is nothing but giving a valid data, valid user ID, valid password, and click on the login button. That will can comes on positive testing. And next, yes, the positive testing is working as expected, then you need to test as a negative testing. You need to do the both positive and negative, but always remember you need to do starting as a positive testing only. Okay, don't, some people are started negative testing as a first. No, it's not suggestible. You can do, but it's not suggestible. You always need to do positive testing as a first one. Understanding, right? Don't do the negative testing as a first. Don't do the negative testing first. Check the functionality. Functionality is very, very important. If you are giving valid user ID, valid password, clicking on the login button, it is working or not. That is what positive testing. Valid user ID, valid password. Okay. And next, negative testing, invalid user ID, invalid password, and clicking the login button. In that case, what is happening? You need to observe that results is very, very important. Okay. Even though invalid user ID, invalid password, you are able to log in, means that is a bug. Okay, you need to, while you are reporting the issue, you need to write all the steps. I tested, I verified the login screen. It is allowing me by using valid user ID and password. Also, it is allowing me invalid user ID and invalid password. So So it's a bug. So you need to write the mail to the development team. Some people are simply screenshot they will put. They don't know what they test. We don't know what you tested as a positive testing or you tested or in negative testing you tested. We don't know, right? Again you will get a reply mail. Hey, what you tested in this? Again reply mail. So avoid these kind of things. Properly you need to put the screenshot and the steps you need to mention very clearly. I verify the login screen by using valid user id and valid password. In that case it is navigating to the home page, and also I'm giving invalid user id, invalid password, and I'm clicking the login button. In that case also I'm able to navigate to the home page. So this is the bug. So how you're reporting, so no question will come to the, again reverse question will not come, thanks for testing. Then now immediately you will get a message, thanks for testing, please report it into the issue, please log the issue. That is very very important. Most of the testing people, what they will think, I will give you a screenshot, my job is done. Okay, don't do that one. So you need to give a proper information, you need to give a accurate information to the testing team, no, sorry, development team. So in that case, what productivity, what is called productivity, we save the time. You are also doing the same testing and I am also doing the same testing. You are not giving a proper steps, and developer is also retesting the application. See here what will happening, time will be consuming, like time is taken, right? Lot of time is taking. Okay, again rework, please avoid rework. Okay, as a good tester, always need to provide a points, steps. uh, Anyone can easily understand, you need to write the stepwise. Okay, and don't worry, we will show you how to report the issue, how to report and how to reproduce the issue. Will tell you. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay. Okay, for what purpose we are doing the testing? Yesterday we discussed, right? For what purpose we are doing the testing? Quality is very very important. How you define the quality? Again the question will come, how you define the quality? Quality is define the justification of all the requirements. What are the requirements is given, I'm fulfilling all the requirements, definitely I will get what? Quality product. Okay, what is advantages of testing? Question, why should I hire you? Interview question, why should I hire you? What is your answer? Why should I hire you? So there is a logically they will ask you like this one. Okay, why should I hire you? What is the purpose of hire you? So you need to tell that as a tester I can test that application, I can give the quality of application, I will check the application is meets the requirements or not. So you need to tell the spontaneously that answer. Okay, don't put a blank face, and don't stop there. Okay, they will ask you, they will check your confidence level. Mostly they will check your confidence level and the communication. This two is very very important. So why should I hire you as a tester? Okay, what is your position of after 5 years? This is no one will tell you after what position you are looking after 5 years in this organization. What is your answer? I become a CEO, I become a manager. You cannot say like that, but you need to give a valid answer. Okay, one second. So in interview they will ask any question, okay, but you need to answer it. Okay, what is the advantages of testing? You can say that quality product will come. Yes, client satisfaction will be there, and if the client satisfaction will get a more business, and finally we can say that we can give you a what, bug free product. We can give what, bug free product. So yesterday we discussed, can we do 100% of testing? Is it possible?
No,
Can we
100%
do
testing.
100% of testing?
Of
No.
course not, sir.
No,
No
no,
one.
no.
Can you check anything? No one can do 100% of testing. Then client, how they believe us? Trust. There is a very important word. The between trust between the client and organization. Client is trust us because client believe us, because we already done testing. Complete testing is done. System testing is done. Regression testing is done. Retesting is done. We find the bugs. We fix it the bugs. Again we retest that one. Then we report it to the client. Hey, don't worry, we already tested, well certified testers will be there, and well quality process we done. Don't worry, you can happily launch this product into the market. Then client will launch the product in the market. It's not like a 1 rupee or 2 rupees, right? The projects is what, it's a crores of money. It's not like that. They treat like a baby. How we are taking baby care in the initial stage. The project is also they're taking it as a baby. It won't give you immediate results. It won't give the immediate returns. When the project is slowly grow up, slowly it will grow, and finally it will give the results. Don't think that the project means only a tester and developer will build the project. No, there are multiple peoples are involved. Network team will be involved, development team involved, testing team is involved, administrative team involved, database administrators is involved. Many teamwork will be there. The success will not come as a single person. The success will come on entire the team collaboration is very important. That is what This is what they will tell you once you get into the job, right? How you need to coordinate with the team numbers, each and everything they will tell you. Okay, don't worry about that. But don't think that I'm only one person, I'm testing only entire the application. Some people are there, they will think that I'm only doing all the things. Don't think like that. It's a success will comes entire the team, not only a single person. Okay. So quality is very important. For what purpose we are doing the testing? Quality. Okay, client satisfaction, more business, and bug free product. Okay. Can you put mute? Someone is okay. Raghu, can you put mute? Okay. Testing qualities. What qualities is required? No compromising on the quality. Okay, thank you. Okay, no compromise. See what are the issues you reported, whether they fixed or not, that is secondary. But what are the issues you find, you need to report. Whether they're fixed or not, that is secondary, that their issue. But as a tester, what are the issues you find, you need to report. Whether they laugh or they will comment you, whatever it may be, I'm least bothered. But what are the issues I observed, I will report. Hey, why you are silly issues you are reporting? Or they pass the comments on me, or they pass anything to me, but I'm least bother about that one. But what are the issues I observed, I will report it. Because tomorrow the client is reported the same issues again, they need to fix. So what are the issues you observed, you need to report. So no compromising on the quality. So make sure that no compromising on the quality. So negative testing, yesterday we discussed, right? So negative analytical skills, don't do blindly. Whatever you're doing, just observe the things and flow the functional flow. Check the functional flow, don't do the blindly. Okay. And patience is very important. Sometimes we need to verify the reports, and repeated work we need to do. So in the testing, lot of repeated work will be there. Same report we need to twice and twice we need to test. In that case, we require some patience. Okay. And I told you communications and returning skills is very important. Okay. Coming today's session is very important, guys. What is testing? Yesterday we discussed, right? To make sure that whether the application is working as per the given requirements or not. And also you please remember, the software testing is a process of verification whether the project will be acceptable to the end user or not. Final decision will be taken by the end user only. End user is rejected your application means, then it's the waste. Okay. So most of the applications should be accepted by whom? End users only. End users means what? The people use the softwares, right? They need to accept our application. If they are rejected the application means, then there is no use of to implement that application. Okay. So make sure that acceptable to the end user or not. So always you need to think like an end user prospect too, not like a tester, not like a development. How end user will be use this application, think like end user prospect too, not like a tester, not like a developer. Okay. You need to think while you're testing the application, you need to think like you are a real user. You are a real user, how the real user is expecting from the application, you need to think like that. Okay. So bottom of the line is what? Finally the end user should accept your application. Okay. There are two types of testings. What are there? Structural and functional. What is structural testing and what is functional testing? So structural testing we can call it as what? White box testing. Okay. And functional testing we can call it as what? Black box testing. There are two types of testing. Generally there are three types. One is black box, and they will say the gray box. Okay. We will come to that point. Okay. First, the the main thing is what two types of testing. One is what structural testing, another is what functional testing. Raghu, Raghu, can you put mute? You have any questions, Raghu? Okay, there are two types of testing. One is what structural, another is what functional. So structural testing we can call it as what white box testing, and functional testing we can call it as what black box testing. Again, now we got a question mark. Who will do the white box testing, and who will do the black box testing? Raghu, can you put mute yourself, please? Okay, I'm doing forcefully. I'm sorry. Okay. So there are two types of testing. One is what structural and another is what functional. Then who will do the white box testing and who will do the black box testing? You know anybody, you know who will do the white box testing and who will do the black box testing? Anybody know?
So
White
developer
box
will
by
do.
developers.
Why? We already there,
Because
right?
sorry,
Testers is already there, but why the developer need to do a white box testing?
he
Sir,
need
because
to
is
check
our
whether
SRS
he's
is a part of their
okay.
programming, which is created by developers. I think so, sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, go ahead, go ahead. Hmm.
Sir, both white
Anybody?
box and
Hmm.
Structural testing will help the developers because as they develop the program, they have to test it according to the structure, whether it is according to the requirements.
Hmm. Okay, good. So white box testing is done by the, let's see who will
Develop,
do this white box testing. Yeah, that's true. Developer on. That's good. Let's see who will do the white box testing. The test based on the knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the internal logic, if you know the internal logic of the application code, you can do what white box testing. You can do what white box testing. So generally, who knows the internal logic of the code? Developers. We never see the code, guys, don't worry. Black box testers never see the code, only white box testers. White box testers is nothing but a developers. Okay, so the testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the code, if you know the logic, if you know the components, then you can do the white box testing. But you know, right, generally who knows the coding? The development team. So white box testing is always done by developers. Internal software and code working should be known for this type of testing. You need to know the code, then only you can test the white box testing. Okay. The test based on the coverages of code statement, branches, path, and condition. Developer is always check what is the branches and what is the path and what is the condition. This we can call it as what unit testing. Very, 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 very important. Who will do the unit testing? Unit testing is done by the developers. This is
sir,
also an
can
another
you
name is what.
can you
Yeah,
cut
go
back? I
ahead.
didn't understand it, sir. I didn't understand. Can you explain it again?
Yeah,
Unit
yeah.
testing and
So
component testing. What is that, sir? Actually, I didn't understand.
that is what I'm telling. I'm not completed that sentence. Okay.
Okay, sir.
White
Okay, sir.
box testing. Okay. White box testing is nothing but who will do that white box testing? That white box testing is done by the developers. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Because he's saying that the testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the logic,
okay,
if you know the application code, then only you can
okay,
do what white box testing. Okay,
okay,
the
okay,
white box
okay.
testing also we can call it as what a unit testing or a component testing. I'm asking to implement one component like login component. So you will build, you cannot as a developer cannot complete entire the application, right? They will give you a task wise, please develop the code for a login screen. So they won't give entire the application, so they will give you like a unit wise, like a task wise. Once the developer is done the coding, he need to do like a unit testing, because he need to check whether my code is executing properly or not, whether the code is working properly or not. He need to check before this code is checking to the QA. because sometimes overconfidence, or sometimes we miss the syntax, sometimes the developer will miss the syntax and all the things, right? So that's the reason what are the development is done, what are the development, the code, the developer need to do what? Unit testing. Unit testing is nothing but a white box testing. Why we can call it as it's a white box? Why we are calling it a white box? Because I'm able to see the code. See, I'm able to see the code. This is application, this is the method, this is the class, whatever it may be. So I'm able to see the code. Okay, that's the reason we can call it as it's a white box testing. This is what white box testing. Some people are call it as it's a glass box testing. Some people call it as a it's a open box testing. Some people are call it as a transparent testing. So all are the same only. Don't confuse open box, clear box, transparent box, clear box, or white box. All are belongings to unit testing only. Okay, white box testing only. But remember, white box testing is always done by developers,
Developers.
because they knows the internal logic of application code. They knows the internal logic of application code. So suppose you got a job in Amazon or Google or anywhere, they won't give the code. We never see the code access. As a testers, we never see the code access. Only development team can only view the code. Okay, so that's the reason we can call it as what? White box testing. We can see the code. Okay, but developer will only do the white box testing. I told you, right? Why they need to test? Because once they implemented the code, at least one time they need to check whether the code is working properly or not before they're sending to the QA team. Suppose if they not do the unit testing, what will happen? Again tester will find some issues. Again he's tell that hey, please check for one more time. He is not checking, developer is not checking. Again it will send to the QA. Again QA is saying that still the issue is existing, still the issue is existing. The same what I reported the issue, the same issue is existing. So developer need to check it always. You need to check before the sending to the QA. At least you need to check at least one time whether my code is working properly or not, whether my logic is working correctly or not. You need to check. So that's the reason white box testing is done by the developers.
So
Is
then,
it clear?
so the testers will also check the code, sir. The testers,
No,
apart
testers
from
will not check the
developers.
code.
Okay, because what I don't, you said that the tester will also check the code too, sir. They only can input the developer, right?
No, testers will not check.
Okay, the
Testers will
testers will not.
verify the application.
Okay, only verify the
Verify the
application.
application.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay, we never see the code. If I want to give a license to you, again I need to buy a license. Suppose we are using .NET, again I need to buy a license for you. So company will not
okay,
buy the license, because you never if you write the code, then you can become a developer, right? So company will
okay,
not buy the license for the testers.
okay,
Okay,
okay, okay, okay,
is it clear?
okay, understood.
Okay, so
Hmm.
remember guys, simply easily you can remember is done by the developers. Okay, so developers, so see, white box testing is also known as clear box. Sometimes the people are asked what is the clear box, what is open box, what is the glass box, what is the transparent box. This means to what? White box testing only. I can able to see the code. Okay. So developers follow, while they're testing, they follow some things like control flow, data flow testing, branch testing, path testing, statement coverage, decision coverage. Don't worry, we never involve in this. This all will be checked by developers. Okay, so remember only one thing: the white box testing is always done by the developer. Simple.
Developers.
Yes. Coming to the black box testing, see, this is very interesting. Black box testing, who will do the black box testing? See, internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. I'm least bother whatever the code you're writing, like whether you write the Java or PHP or a .NET or a Ruby or whatever the language, Python, whatever the language you written. I'm least bother, because as a tester I never see the code. That's the reason we can call it as what? A black box. Black box means we never see the code. We never see the code. understanding, right? Internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. I can test the Amazon application, I can test the cloud application, I can test the Salesforce application, I can test the network application. I'm not bothered about what the logic is written and what the application is written, what code is written inside, what loop is written inside. I never see. I always see what. Then how I will test? The tester or based on, I always based on what? Requirements and functionality. I'm always, testers is always based on what? Requirements. That is the reason we yesterday we discussed, right? What is testing? The testing is nothing but check whether the application is working according to the given requirements or not. So I always based on what? Requirements and functionality, and not I'm not bothered, I'm not depends on coding, how they're writing, how much, how many classes they use, how many methods they use, how they're calling. We never see that kind of things. So our part is what? To verify that application, that the application is meets the requirements or not. So the test or based on, how I will test? Based on the requirements. Give me the requirements, I'm ready to test the application. Please provide the requirements, I'm ready to test the application. And tell me the functionality, I will check whether it is working as per the given functionality or not. After login, what page should become? And the requirement document very clearly there will mention, after logging the application you will able to see the dashboard. So in the requirement very clearly mentioned, okay, after login the application you will see the dashboard page. So you just log in with the user ID and password, you are able to see the dashboard page you are getting or not. That's it. I'm not seeing what code is written in the back end, what code is written. I'm not seeing all the things. I'm going what? Requirements. I'm going through what? Requirements. I'm going with what? Functionality. What is the functionality? Valid user ID, valid password, and click on login button, and it will navigate to the respective page. What is the respective page? The dashboard page should be displayed. That is what respective page, right? So the testers is always depend on what? Requirements and functionality. In case anyone asks you how you will test the application, you will test that application based on requirements and functionality. Interview, simple question, simple answer. No need to give lengthy answers, no need to read the mug up, or no need to do all the things. If you understand the concept, you can express easily and you can tell in interview and spontaneously. Who will do the white box test? White box testing is done by the developers because they knows the internal logic of application code. They will check once the code is completed, they need to test at least one time, because once they send, before they sending the code to the QA, they need to check whether this code is working properly or not. See, I'm not reading any definitions, I'm telling in my own words. So in interview also you need to tell, you need to form the sentences in your own words. No need to read white box is done, not required all the things. Spontaneously you need to tell your concept. What is the white box testing? White box testing is always done by the developers because they know the internal logic of the code. Why they need to do the testing? Because they need to check at least one time the code is working properly or not before sending to the QA team. So that's the reason we can call it as it's a white box testing. White box testing is always done by the developer. That's it. What about black box testing? Who will do the black box testing? The internal system design is not testing. Okay, the test is always, testers will do what? Black box testing. The testers are based on what? Requirements and functionality. I'm always requirements and functionality. Other than unit testing, the remaining testing belongs to what? Black box testing. Simple question interview. What types of testing? There are two types. Don't say there are, avoid that one. Black box testing and white box testing. So white box testing is done by the developers and black box testing is done by the testers. How the testers will do? Again, the question will, reverse question will come into you. How testers will do? The testers are based on requirements and functionality. We always depends on requirements and functionality. Okay, is it clear, guys? Any questions? Very easy, guys. Easily to learn. Don't panic, don't mug up, easily to learn. Okay, Just think after the class, sit for 5 minutes and recollect the things. Don't open notes, don't open anything, just sit a 5 minutes or before you sleep, just recollect the things. What is white box testing? Question yourself, what is white box testing, what is black box testing? Question yourself, the answer will come. Okay, but question yourself. Okay, so automatically it will come. Again, black box testing techniques, we follow three techniques like equivalency partition, boundary value analysis, and cause effect graphing. So while we are testing, we are also using some techniques. Okay, techniques is very very important. Okay, it won't come now, it won't come immediately. By doing of your experience, slowly you will gain that knowledge. Okay, techniques, you can easily understand the techniques. Okay, but it won't come immediately, don't worry about that. We will see all these things when the project will come up, but we'll discuss what is boundary value analysis. What is boundary value analysis? Okay, what is boundary value analysis? BVA. What is BVA? Interview question. What is BVA? Fresher level question. BVA, boundary value analysis. Okay, now I told you, right, they will provide the requirements. What is the requirements? Requirement is what? To verify 5 to 5,000 numbers. Okay, you need to verify 5 to 500 or 5,000 numbers. Okay, let us assume you have a text box will be there, you need to verify 5 to 5,000 numbers. So how you will test this one? Any idea, guys? Anybody? How you will test this one? The requirement is what? You need to test the numbers of 5 to 5,000 numbers. So how you will test this one? What is your opinion and how you will test this one? Can anyone share your idea? Anyone?
Minimum value something kind of.
We'll
Yeah,
give
that's correct.
starting and
Minimum
end
value.
values. We'll give
Sorry?
starting values. We'll give starting
Huh.
values and ending values.
Okay, yes, correct. So
Sir, we need
boundary
to write
value
a
analysis.
program.
No, why you need to write? You are not developer, right? Why you need to write a program?
Sir, for
No
example,
problem.
look
Just
like
no, I got it. But we are not developers, right? Why you spending that time? Okay, if you know how to write loop and all the things, then you can go for the development team, right? So not required. But I like your answer. Okay, that's good. But not required here. But as a tester, we never write any code. Don't worry about how to write, how you will test. So boundary value analysis. Here the boundary value analysis is what? Minimum value. What is the minimum value?
5.
What
Five,
is the
five,
minimum value here?
five,
Value you can take 5. Yeah. What is the range? What is the
5 to
range?
5,000.
Yes, absolutely good. What is the range? Yeah, the is what? 5 to
Minimum
5,000. Okay.
5,000.
What is the maximum value? What is the maximum value?
5,000. 5,000.
5,000. Yes. Here, do a simple logic. Okay. Minimum value minus 1. Minimum value is what? Minus 1. Okay. Maximum value plus 1. Okay. Plus 1. So now the requirement is what? 5 to 5,000 only should accept. Okay. Minimum value minus 1 means 5 minus 1, 4. Is this valid one? Is it
No,
valid
No.
or
no.
invalid? It's invalid. It should not accept. Suppose your application is accepting the 4-digit number, means it is a bug. No need to ask anybody. It is a bug. So sometimes they will give you the values like this. So you can use the technique like boundary value analysis. Boundaries. You are taking the boundaries. Minimum value is what? 5 and maximum value is what? 5,000. Minimum value minus 1. Okay, and maximum value plus 1. So 4 it is not accepting, means the application is working as expected. Now give the 5 should be valid, it should accept. Okay, in between the range you can give 500. 500 is the valid one. In between values you can give anything in between values, and also you can give 5,000. 5,000 is also valid one, and also you need to give 5,000 plus 1. It should not allow. In case it is allowing, means what? It is a bug. Understanding, right? So minimum value minus 1 and maximum value plus 1. So based on this concept, you can test any kind of application, like any kind of application. Understanding, right? So this is very 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 important, guys. BVA. What is called BVA? BVA is nothing but boundary value analysis. Minimum value and maximum. Don't think only minus 1. sometimes less than value, 5 less than value, 5,000 greater than value. You can remember like that only. Don't by heart. Okay, understand the concept. Okay, so minimum value -1 and maximum value +1, and also you need to check the requirements. What is requirement? 5 to 5,000. In between values only it should take. 5 should accept. In between the 5 to 5,000 it should accept, and more than 500 5,000 you should not allow. If it is allowing, then it's a bug. Understanding, right? So this is very, very important. Now let's see real-time example. We will see all the real-time example, guys. Don't worry, you can go with 3 to 4 years of experience with the manual testing. No doubt at all, you can go. Try to understand the concept. Okay, don't read, don't by heart. Okay, let's see FRS document. Now this is the what FRS. Okay, the organization, they will provide like project documents they will provide. Okay, so here forget about all the things, we will discuss later all these things. Okay, now tell me the branch name. Here it is what branch name. The branch name should accept 4 to 15 alpha numerical values only. So here you can use what? Boundary value analysis. If the branch name you are giving 3 letters, then it is a invalid. The branch name should be more than 15 letters, then it's a invalid. Understanding, right? So they will provide the branch name should accept in between 4 to 15 alpha numerical. The condition is what? It should be what? Alpha numerical. It should be the combination of letters and numbers. This one. If you understand this requirement, you can easily work on the testing. No need, just concentrate on the requirements. No need to write code, no need to worry about all the things. Simply they will provide the requirement. You need to cross check. What is cross check? You need to verify the requirement, and you need to check the application is meets the requirement or not. Whether it is banking, whether it is ERP, whether it is any application, you need to check with the requirement. How easy it is. That is what easily you can get into the software and the testing field. But communication, understanding the requirements, and you need to have these two things, then you can easily get into the job. Easily means what? It's not easy, but in the short span of the time, after you have the between the gaps also, you can cover that all the gaps, because you need not worry about how to write the logic and all the things. Just you need to worry about the requirements is very, very important. In the requirements it clearly says that it should be accept 4 to 15 alpha numerical value. So here what you need to do in the branch name, the 4 to 15. So you can go with 4 to 15, like 4 minus 1 and 15, 4 minus 1 and 15 plus 1. That's it. Just you need to check. I'm sorry. Plus 1. Now what is the requirement? You are adding the branch name, 3 letters. It is allowing means it is a bug. Branch name, you are entering the 16-digit characters. Like it is allowing means it is a bug. So no need to ask anyone whether it is working correctly or not. You can check from your end, you can verify from your end simply by using of boundary value analysis, the technique you are using. But no one will tell you guys in the real time use boundary value analysis, check like that. As you are continuously testing the application, right, you can easily understand by seeing of the requirements. In the requirements it clearly says that 4 to 15 alpha numerical values, and this should be mandatory. What is called mandatory? Mandatory means what? Compulsory. You need to enter the branch name. If you are not entering the branch name, you are trying to click the save button, it should not allow. It should not allow. Understanding, right? So make sure that the branch name should be in the condition of 4 to 15 alpha numerical values. Understanding, right? So what are the types of testing? There are 2 types of testing. What are there? One is structural testing, another is what? Functional testing. We are the functional testers. Remember, we are the functional testers. So white box testing is always done by the developers, and black box testing is always done by the testers. Test that application, I just show you the example. They will provide the requirement. Based on the requirements and based on the functionality, we will test that application. We never see write the code anything. We just check the application based on the requirements and functionality. Okay, we are also using some techniques like I told you, right? In interview, see, one interview, they ask that lady, what is BVA. He was not, he mug up the things. What is BVA? He is asking me after the interview. He asking me, what is BVA? Hey, what is BVA? You know, right? What is BVA? BVA is nothing but boundary value and all. Oh, I missed it. So don't by heart. Try to understand what is the terminologies. You need to use some terminologies while telling the interviews or while you're learning some new things. You need to use the terminologies, testing terminologies. Okay, what is the difference between white box and black box? See, what is the difference between testers? Like we
Srini,
have
I have
always a
a
question.
question.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Pawan. Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
in uh, in BVA, you said
Uh-huh.
that minimum value
Okay.
minus one and the max plus
Hmm.
one. So,
Hmm.
see, if it is less numbers like 4 to 15 kind of, so
Hmm.
I need to check each and every C. Before means like minus one, so that I can go on like 4 to 1 till the 1.
No,
So in
no, no, not required. Only if you allow three is accepting means that is a bug. If three is not allowing means no need to check minus two, minus one, and not required. Anything is not required because it is working as a three is not allowing, right? So no need to test the previous values.
okay, and after 15 also, suppose if it is accepting, it is taken as a bug, right?
Yeah, it is
Like 4
bug.
to
16.
15.
See, only one thing, only simply one thing, Pawan. If it is allowing 16 means no need to simply take a screenshot and report that. That's it. No need to check 17, 18, 20, up to 5,000 not required. If it is allowing 16 means what? You catch the bug. Simply you can take a screenshot and you need to report. That's it.
Okay, if that is the case, then whatever the values in between 4 and 15, like 16 or 15, whatever it may be, then how can I come to know whether it is taking or not, the middle values?
Yeah, absolutely. You can give random. You can what your mind is say that random value you can give. The logic say if 4 is working and 15 is working means definitely the logic will work. Definitely that loop will work. You can give any number. It should work.
Okay, so suppose
Developer is
if it is
written right
less
like that.
numbers, okay, okay, got it. No,
Less
I thought of
less
less
number.
numbers.
Less number it should not work. If it is working means it is a bug.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Are you getting still you are confused,
No. It's fine
Pawan?
now. It's fine now. No, I thought of before 4 and after
Uh-huh.
before and after is fine. Now in between numbers,
Uh,
suppose if it is some thousands of
uh,
numbers, so I can't check each
uh.
and every numbers. In that case,
No,
I
no,
need to
you
take
can't check
random numbers.
anything. Numbers only. See, in random only we need to take the random only we need to take because we cannot take lot of time to work on that. See, logic, the developer will be logic is what 4 to 15. He write the code correctly means definitely it will allow 4 to 15 only. But suppose he write a mistake on the code means it should not allow the 3 and it should not allow the 16 more than 15. Okay, but in between values definitely it will work because it 4 is allowing and 15 is allowing. It means definitely it will allow the in between value, but you need not test all the values. You can take random values, anything on your mind can give that value and you can check.
Okay. If
Okay.
then suppose if less values are there, I can check all like 10 values are there, so I can check all the 10 numbers.
Hmm.
So if that is the case, is fine. So if I go for above
Yes.
1,000 and all, if I check random
Hmm.
numbers, then suddenly I don't know
Hmm.
some bug is there in between. So that issue will come on
Hmm.
tester side. In that case, how to handle that?
Yes, you need to report to the development team only. That is the what you tested, right? You can explain your what are the explanation what you're giving now. The same thing you need to give the explanation to the development team because we are not fixed any code. What are the observation you done, you need to report to the development team. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
You need, yeah, you are not handling, we are not doing any code fixes, we are not doing anything. That's good. Now you are telling some observation you done in between values is not accept. You observed in the stand-up call. Every day we have a stand-up call that we will discuss in agile methodology. So they will ask you, hey Pawan, can you tell me your status? Hi all, today I started working on item number 8080, but I observed the minimum value is allowing and maximum value is allowing, but also I observed the mean in the range of what I'm giving the number, it is not allowing and it is shows some error. So if you tell that one, then the developer will say that what values you are giving, what data condition is also very important. What data you are getting, what data you are giving, you are you giving any special characters, are you using any special keys? They will check with the data, then they will give you a reply to you. Okay, fix any
Okay,
issues.
thank
Okay,
you.
you are just giving your inputs. Okay, that's good question. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
Sir, sir,
yeah. Okay,
good
yeah,
evening.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, good
Sir,
evening, good
like
evening. Yeah, go ahead.
previous in the previous
Srini,
class we
Srini,
learned.
don't call sir. Srini,
Okay,
yeah.
Srini. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, because this is don't call anybody as a sir, call with the name itself. Any person, okay, your manager, your director, whatever it may be. See the
okay,
observation, the face expression. If the guy is not taking normal way, then you can
mm-hmm.
call sir, but don't call as a sir, but name call with the name. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm interrupt you. Okay, go ahead.
Uh, I was asking that like previous classes we learned that we should always do positive testing first and then the negative
Hmm.
testing. But in BA, we will always need to test negative aspect of the code first, right? Is that the case? We are doing
Yeah,
negative
yeah,
in BVA.
yes, yes.
Okay,
See,
and
that is
like
your plan. How you will test that application.
like previously my
Yeah.
friend said that it's not possible to check numbers from 5 onwards to 5000. Each and every number we cannot check. So
Yes.
like is it confirmed that they have given the loop to accept the values from 5 to 5000, then there will be no error between 5 to 5000, it will accept all the values? Is that a confirmed I mean code, like we do not have to check every value, no?
No, 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 we did not. Randomly, you can check. You can
Okay.
randomly, you can check. I will tell you the technique. I will tell you one more technique.
Mhm. In BVA, we will need to check.
Raghu, can you put a mute?
In BVA, we will need
Okay,
to
go ahead.
do testing first, right?
Hmm. Yeah, BVA, you need to do the both things. Like, see, I told you right, and not only BVA, everyone can do like positive testing and negative testing. But what I told you, first you need to always think the positive scenarios, how the functionality will work. Once
Right,
the
right.
once the positive testing is done, next you need to test the negative testing. Now
Okay,
started only negative testing, but functionality is working fine, but the negative testing is only failing means, but again you need to bring up to the team. So we cannot fix all the issues, right? They will check the importance of the issue. That importance,
okay,
it's not that much of impact to the application, then they will go with the next one. Okay, but
okay,
always
okay,
you need to check both. Okay.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, good, good, good. Raghu, you have any questions? Raghu, are you there? Okay, I'm forcefully muting you. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, that's good, guys. That's good. New questions. That's I like the session. Like everyone should ask the questions, and we need to discuss. Lot of discussion. In the real time. If you go with MNC, we have attend 4 to 5 meetings in a day. You are completely tired with the meetings only 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So one time, sometimes I take the lunch box again. The same box I will bring back to the home. Okay, so we don't know how the time is passed and how we need. So meetings is very important. Discussions is very important. Now she's bring up one point and Pawan is bring up one point. So discussions is very important. Okay, so in the real time we have lot of meetings will be there, so to share the thoughts and ideas. Okay, okay, that's good. Shall I continue? Anybody have any questions?
So in Alpha Numeric, will it access special characters also, Srini?
Yeah,
Special
in case you can
characters.
give. Yeah, you can give and you can check that one. If they are not allowing, you can write the question. You can write
Okay.
the question to the team. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will tell you in the real time it's not be like that. There is a very tough will be there. The real time, see
Okay.
how the scenarios will be there. They will tell that
Okay.
fifth character should be a special character. Fifth character Y B C. Okay, three letters, four, fifth letter should be a special character. So their condition is given like that, and at the end there should be always the special character. So actually nine digit number, but they will say that fifth character should be a special character. So you can test with the special characters how it will be works. Okay, no need
Okay,
to test
okay,
all the things. You can give a two or three things and you can verify. Okay,
okay, okay,
no need to give all the special characters.
okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, that's good. Now, coming to okay, yeah, where we are in, yeah, testers is always get a question mark whether this is correct or not. Every time we will get a question mark. Then how you will confirm whether this is right or not? So we always refer what? We always refer what we always refer?
Document,
Requirement document. Yes, yes.
requirement document.
Yes, we always refer the requirement documents. How I know that 1 plus 1 equals to 2? I don't know whether it is right or not, but I always refer the requirement document and functionality. When you're talking about the development team always get a depends on logic. He always think about his logic. He knows that what is written. He always think his logic. Okay. Now coming to the what is the differences between black box tester and white box testers? See, programming knowledge is not required for the black box testers. See, remember, most of the people they ask, do I know to know programming knowledge? Not required, not required. Programming knowledge not at all required. Okay, not required any programming knowledge. You can test the application based on the requirements. You can test the application based on the requirement. While you're talking about white box tester, suppose the developer is required the programming knowledge and implementation knowledge, logic and all the things. By black box testers is not required. For the white box testers is required. So black box testers based on how we will test based on the requirement specifications. We always based on the requirement specification. While talking about white box testers, the developers they will give the requirements as well as we are giving the design documents. We are giving the design documents to the developers. So based on the designs, they will start writing the coding. Okay. So programming knowledge is not required for the black box testers. Okay. So there are testings are how many types? There are two types. What are there? Structural testing and functional testing. Structural testing is always done by the
Functional test.
developers and functional testing is always done by the testers. Okay.
Testers.
Ah, yes, testers. Good.
See, Srini,
Tomorrow,
I have a
yesterday's.
doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Srini,
Yeah.
see, I did actually have a doubt from maybe actually it's a silly doubt maybe. I didn't
Huh.
and from the testers it goes to
Huh.
QA, right?
Yeah. Yes.
QA is different from testing, right?
Yes. We call it as a
QA
QA,
means
quality assurance.
the quality assurance is
QA.
different from testing, right?
Sorry, come again.
I see I didn't understand the difference between QA and testing is completely different, right?
No, no, no. Both are the same only. QA people we can call it as a quality assurance.
Okay, quality assurance and the testers are the same, right?
Yes, both are the same.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, good. So we can call it as generally see we never see QC. They're always asking a QA. QA is nothing but a quality assurance. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay,
verification. Okay. We will see that the difference. Okay.
okay,
This
okay.
is very okay. This is very important, guys. Saujanya, can you put mute? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So this is very important, guys. Interview question. Guys, you need to learn online also. Like always, make sure you need to put a mute. Suppose you have any question, just raise your hand. No, I'm not. Generally, I'm telling. Okay, don't take it as a serious. Treat as your friend or anything. Yeah, as a family member, you can treat me like that. But don't think in the wrong way. In interviews or in the meetings, you need to always keep your mute. If you have any questions or you need to have a right symbol will be there, hand symbol will be there, there you need to click, or you can interrupt in the chat box, you can interrupt. But if you are unmute and you are making a noise and all the things, they treat and they will get a negative impact. They will check 2 or 3 times, and next time onward they will not invite into the meetings. Okay, they won't tell anything, they won't talk, they won't tell anything. Slowly they will avoid you. Okay, so while you are doing interviews, mainly interviews, see, I'm also in the interview panel. One guy got a good opportunity, we are waiting for two, like almost 5 minutes. He is unmute and he is searching for the headsets. Now US guys got an angry because see, the time is very important for you, is also time is important for us. Time is very important. We schedule the interview, everything is done. That guy is recklessness. He's not taking the headset on. He is asking wait for a 5 minutes, I'm just bring that headset. Okay, that's fine, but he's not mute. And inside the room he's searching and he's asking someone, where is my headset, where is this one? See, all these are panic, and they say that cancel that guy, that opportunity is missed. Understanding, right? Always put mute. In case you have a question, unmute and ask me. Stop me at any time, you can stop me. I'm always welcome to answer it. And in the interview, not only in meetings also, they will help out you. But suddenly you unmute and you are not talking and you are doing some noise, that won't be good. Okay. So you are the professionals, software professionals. Okay, be like a software professionals. Okay, don't worry, you can learn all the things, but I'm telling, I'm giving advice to the things. Okay, while interview, make sure before 5 minutes only you need to log in. US times, they follow very time. Before 5 minutes they log in, and what the time, the exact the time they will end the meeting. Okay, they won't take more time for that things also. Okay, okay, that's fine. We will discuss all the things when the things will come, how to attend the interviews, how we will discuss all the things, don't worry. Okay, one of the important entry question, what is SDLC? So what is SDLC, guys? Software development life cycle. This is very important. What is SDLC? Software development life cycle. The SDLC is a process. It is a process followed for a software projects within a software organization. Every organization, they follow what? SDLC process. SDLC is very important. It is a campus question. You remember or not, if you are BTech guys, they will ask you with a campus question is what. The first question of your campus interview is what is SDLC? If you are in fourth year, in campus interviews, they will ask you this question. Definitely 100% they will ask you, what is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but what? Software development life cycle. It is a process. Okay, every organization, they need to follow the process. Without process, we cannot achieve the goal. Okay, we need to follow the process. Okay, what is SDLC? It consists of detailed plan to describe how to develop. Suppose we got a project, so how to develop that project and maintain or replace or alter or enhancements. Enhancements means nothing but a new changes. Okay, so how we handle the projects. Okay, this life cycle defines the methodology for improving the quality of software and overall the development process. If you follow the SDLC, definitely 100%, no doubt, you will get a software quality product. You will definitely get a good quality software product you will get. If you are not follow the SDLC, you cannot expect you will get a good software quality product. Okay, so every organization, not only QA, not only development, everyone, they need to follow one process. That is what? SDLC process. What is SDLC? Software development life cycle. I want to develop a software, so I need to follow what? SDLC phases. Okay, SDLC process. Okay, so once the project will come, what we will do? We not do immediately testing. Okay, remember, these points are very important. Once the project will comes to the organization, what the first step is? What the first step is? What? Requirement capturing. First of all, we got a project. Once we got the project, first step is what? We gather the requirements. Means gather the requirements. You are not the business analyst, product owner, they will do all the things. Okay, you never involved in this. Okay, first phase is what? Requirement capturing. The first phase is what? Requirement capturing. Once the requirement we got, then then we need to go for analysis whether we can do or not. That is very, very important. There are a lot of things will be the risk analysis, risk mitigation, risk strategy. There are number of things will be there in analysis part. Now I will give the money and give you the job means, no, I need to check analysis. I need to do some analysis whether you are a capable person or not, whether you will do or not. I will give you 3 lakhs, give a job means, no one will give you like that. First of all, I need to check what is your capabilities, what is your abilities, and what is whether you can do or not. We need to do some analysis. Without analysis, I have money, I will get a job means, no one will do that one. Okay, so once the project will come, we cannot do all the project. There are a lot of risky projects will be there, there are a lot of challenges will be there, there are a lot of things will be there. Okay, first the project will comes, once we need to identify the requirements. Once the requirements is finalized, and once the requirements of everything is finalized, then we can go with the analysis part, whether we can do or not. There are a lot of challenges will be there. Project will come, resources is not available, then most of the companies projects will be there, resources are not available, resources is jumping, like they're working 1 year and they're jumping, they're working 1 year, they're jumping. The resources is also is one of the, you are thinking that HR job is very easy. No, HR job is very pathetic. You need to schedule, you need to call, you need to put a candidate. We give the offer letter, and once he receives the offer letter, he will say that I'm not joining. See, whole my process is gone. He is expecting more, and the other organization he got a job. The HR job is, we are thinking the jobs are easy. No, their role, there is a, they have their own risk will be there. Okay, so they need to follow the process. Here we need to check analysis means what, whether we can do or not. Once we get a project, we need to check the whether the resources is available or not. That the reason campus interviews is required for the higher companies. Like bigger companies, they require before only, before project only they will acquire you, they will hire you. Campus interviews, they hire you. But small companies, they cannot bear that one, right? So bigger companies, they will take you and they will keep on bench. They will show to the client that we have already resources is available, resources is already ready. Don't worry about the resources is already in bench. We already trained them with the resources is available. Start the project. I start the project, then resources is not available, then again it's a risk. So they will plan, each and everything should be in the plan. So first of all, in SDLC, they will gather the requirements. Once the requirements is get, then they will go for analysis part. Analysis part is nothing but whether we can do or not. Once analysis part is done, then they will go for a design part, the application design, like database design, UI design. Now UI designs are a lot of openings will be there. UI, okay, previously the designers will be there. Now there is a UI designs or be there. Okay, you need to learn some scripting languages and all the things. Okay, so UI need to be ready. Once the UI is done, the design part is done. Again, designs are two types. UI means user interface. Okay, I'm sorry, I put mute, right, Raghu? UI is nothing but Raghu, can you put mute yourself? Okay. UI is nothing but thank you. UI is nothing but user interface, look and feel. See, this is what UI. Amazon see, this is what UI, how the screen is appearing, buttons, reset button, login button, options. This is all are what UI. Okay, so you need to give a proper UI, look and feel. Look and feel should be whenever you see the application, you need to check the UI is also one of the important. Okay, so once the design is completed, once the design part is done, then we need to go for a coding. See, once the coding is done, then we are involving the testing. When the testing phase will come, you need to tell all the things. The testing will involve after the coding. Don't say that I will do the testing as a first. Don't say like that. Try to understand SDLC process where the testing will come after the coding. Okay, before coding we cannot do that one. After the coding we will do what? A testing. Once the testing is completed, then we will go for implementation. Implementation means we are ready for the release. Once the implementation is done, then product will launch us in the market. Then we will give what? Support and maintenance. This is very very important. Support and maintenance, we need to provide support to the customers. We need to maintaining the software, right? We need to give the support for them. If they face any issues or if they face any problems, they will raise the ticket. They will raise the ticket. That ticket again, it comes to the development team. First they will comes to the support team. The support will team will be resolved from there, and they will resolve. Otherwise they will, it will comes to the again into the development team. There are a lot of process will be there. First of all, you need to learn the process. So no one will tell you in the real time process. This is very very important. What we are explaining you, you can tell the same way in interview, definitely you will be selected. Okay, so process is very very important. Support tickets will come. Support tickets will come once the client is using that application. Might be Windows is not supporting, the operating system is not supporting, then he will raise the ticket. That raise the ticket will comes to again development team. Again we will give you a solution for that one. So this is the way how we need to follow. SDLC process is very very important. What is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. And what are the phases? Means requirement capturing. Once the project will come, first phase is what? Requirement. Second phase is what? Analysis. And third phase is what? Designing. Once the design is completed, then only the coding will started. Once code is done, then they will start with the testing. Once the testing is done, then only we'll go for implementation. Once the implementation is done, then we will go for a support and maintenance. So this is the cycle. You cannot break this cycle. Without test, without design, we cannot go for a coding. Without coding, we cannot go for the testing. Without testing, we cannot go for implementation. Without implementation, we cannot give the support and maintenance. So you cannot break this cycle. This is an order. This is the so try to understand. Okay, first requirement. Once you got the requirements, we will go for analysis. Based on the analysis, we can go for the design. Again, designs are low level designs and high level designs. What is low level designs and what is high level? Low level design means anyone can easily understand. High level design means who are experts on that area, they can only understand the high level. Don't worry, they will provide the requirements. See, I will show you how it is easy. Okay, very very easy one. Okay, they will provide, sometimes they will provide diagrammatic part also. So you need to try to understand the diagrammatic part. Okay, don't worry. KT, they will give you KT, lot of KTs they will give you. What is banking? Where is banking? Okay. See, based on this diagram, you can easily understand. No need to ask anybody what is happening here. There is a home page. Based on home page, you can see admin module. You can see the banker module. We can see the customer module. In admin module, what are the modules you can able to see? Branch module, roles, users, and employees. No need to ask anybody. Simply, you need to log in with the admin. What modules you should able to see? Branches, roles, users, and employees. If you log in with banker module, what modules? You customer registration. It should not say roles again. Banker module. If you log in with the bank module, if you click this one, what module should will come? Customer registration, deposits, and withdrawals. See that this task is assigned on your name. Knowledge transfer. Yes, KT is nothing but a knowledge transfer. Yeah, knowledge transfer. So they will give you this kind of explanation. They will give you the documents to you. So try to understand these documents, and you need to check. Click on the banker module. You need to check customer registration will be there or not. Deposits or there or not. Withdrawals will be there or not. Check the spellings with the correct or not. You alignments is correct or not. You need to test all these things. Understanding, right? They will provide complete diagrams. They will provide each and everything. Our part is what? To test the application is working as per the given requirements or not. What else you want? Tell me. See, there is the diagrammatic part, how they're giving admin flow. By seeing the admin flow, I can easily understand. No need to wait for someone will tell and someone will explain me. Not required. The admin flow is nothing but enter the valid URL. Once you enter the valid URL, the system display the home page. What is once you enter the valid URL, what page should become? What page? Home page. If you are not able to see home page, then it is a bug. Once home page you will come, what you need to do? Enter the valid username, enter the valid password, enter the valid, not invalid, valid username, valid password, and click on the login button. What page it should be display? The system will be displayed admin home page. What else you want, tell me? Easily you can go with the testing side. No doubt, no doubt. Easily try to understand the diagram. Flowcharts is very important. Enter the valid URL, the system will display the home page. So check whether you are getting home page or not, and check, enter the valid username and password, click on the login, check the system will be display the admin home page or not. If you are not see the admin home page, you are seeing the different page, then it's a bug. What else you want, tell me? Easily you can go easily, but try to understand the document. Okay, blindly, some people, if I ask test this application how much time means, they will say simply 5 minutes. No, it will take, if you test the screen, it will take at least 30 minutes of the time, more than 30 minutes. Because you not observe, you will simply say enter username, enter password, click on login on, you will say only that words. You will need to check question mark, you need to check close mark, you need to check tabbing order, you need to check tabbing order, you need to check options, you need to check forgot password, you need to check register, you need to check all these values, and also you need to check in with all the browsers. It will take at least 30 to 40 minutes, more than 40 minutes. If I give this one, they will simply, you guys are saying that 5 minutes, only 5 minutes. Okay, don't tell like that. Check the options, check the each and every field, negative testing, positive testing, check this field, close and open, and giving the invalid, valid data, and check each and everything, then only you can give the say that it is working as expected. You can say that it is working as expected. Understanding, right? So this is very important, guys. SDLC, what is that? SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. For every organization, they follow the SDLC process. Every organization they follow what? SDLC process. Okay, every organization they follow what? SDLC process. SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. If you follow this process, definitely you will get a software product. Okay, what are the phases? Interview, they will ask you what are the phases in SDLC, or they will ask you in which phase you are involved. After the coding, we are involved. We are not involved in the initial stage. We are not at all involved in the initial stage is what? Requirement capturing. And after that we are going for analysis. After that we are going for a design, and after that we are going for coding. Once the coding is done, then we will go for a testing. Once the testing is done, then we will go for implementation. Once the implementation is done, then we will go for a support and maintenance. No need to buy hard. Requirement analysis, designing, coding, testing, implementation, and support and maintenance. You can tell these words also: planning, defining, designing, building, testing, and deployment. This is what testing terminology is. Okay, the same concept, but testing terminology is planning. I'm planning, requirement capturing. Defining means analysis. Designing means the screens. Okay, and building is nothing but a coding. Once the testing is done, we will go with the deployment. Okay, SDLC process. Today what we learn, what are the testing types? There are two testing types. What are their? Structural and functional. The structural testing is done by the white box testing. The structural testing is done by the developers, and functional testing is done by the testers. So structural testing is also called as a white box testing. The white box testing is done by the developers because they need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not before they're sending to the QA team. What about the black box testing? Black box testing is done by the testers. The testers is always based on the requirements and functionality. And what is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. It's a process you need to follow. Initially, there are phases like requirement capturing, analysis, designing, coding, testing, and implementation, and support and maintain. Any question, guys? Anybody? Very
Srini, I have a
easy.
question.
Yeah, please go ahead, Pawan.
Srini, as you said, like we need to follow some document like FRS side, right?
Yes. FRS, functional requirement
So,
specification document.
so we need to totally depend on this document, or we are having any other documents also?
That's a good question. Whatever the item is assigned on your name, right? Suppose this login screen is assigned on your name. Suppose think like that. I am assigning this item to verify the login screen. Okay. So in that item, in case they're attached any respect to requirement documents, they will attach to you. Okay. In that item, they will in Jira, they will assign this item to you, and also they will attach the respect to documents. In case they ask to refer that document, means you need to refer that document. For the
Okay, so
item,
if
their
they are
item they
not
mentioned that in the
attached,
requirements. Sorry.
if they are not attached in the sense like I need to take from the lead or something,
Yes. That is common thing. If you see acceptance criteria, they will provide the acceptance criteria. If you need to check that acceptance criteria, what I need to test exactly in that item. So that is very important. If you don't know what you need to test in that item, then you will get confused, right? So they will provide the acceptance criteria for that item. So if you know that acceptance criteria, then you can easily test. So that we will see in Jira. Live example we'll see in the Jira. See, this is what this is the task. What is the task? Product backlog. Item number is what? You need to tell that item number 8460. Add an information form. This is what your item. So here acceptance criteria, are you able to see right here the acceptance criteria? So here they will
yes.
provide some points, or they will attachments. See, there's some attachments will be there. So you, in case they will say that, see, this is what attachments. In case they ask you to refer these attachments, means you need to refer the attachments. Understanding, right? We'll see in the Jira how we will refer that item and what things we need to do. We'll see in the live.
Okay, and only apart from FRS, we are not going to refer any other documents. FRS is the main for the testers. Do you mean?
Yeah, generally it depends. It's a good question. It depends. Sometimes they will provide the document, sometimes they will provide the video, sometimes they will provide the trainer. From every organization the trainer will be there, product trainer will be there. The product trainer will be give the conducting the sessions for you, for a KT sessions, and training sessions for the product. But generally your senior most person will, as your buddy, right, your colleague will give you a lot of information how we will do that, and they will keeping all the respect to wiki, right? There is a wiki will be there. In the wiki they will keep all the documents. Okay, so you need to refer the documents. You need to go and check the document part. Then you will easily identify the documents where the documents will be there. Not only FRS, okay, they will provide all the documents. What are the requirement documents will be there? They will provide all the requirement documents. So you need to refer to all the requirement documents. Understanding, right? Don't
Yes.
but
Yeah.
FRS is very important. Yeah. See
Thank you.
here, it's a good question here. See, related documents. Here they will give you this path. Okay, this path is what? She colon XYZ ABC. So they will give you this path permission. Suppose you are testing summary. You are testing. You want to see some UI designs. So they will give you this path location. They will give you this path location. So you need to go this path location, and you need to verify these documents. UI design. Suppose you want to refer the document design, so you need to go this path location, and you need to view the documents. Okay, is it clear, Pawan?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Someone is asking. Okay, thank you, sir. In black box testing, what is meant by yes, Equivalency partitions. Okay, equivalency partitions is nothing but we will discuss in the project will come partition wise, valid partition, invalid partition, and valid partition. So we will divide three types, like valid partition is one partition, invalid is a one partition, and valid is another is a valid partition. We are dividing the like that, partition wise. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Any other question, guys?
Sir, sorry,
Yeah,
Srini.
yeah, go ahead.
This in black box testing techniques, we had three techniques.
Hmm.
Like BVA, we have discussed in detail, and
Yeah.
equivalence partitioning you have told just now. What
Hmm.
about cause effect graphing?
Yeah, that
And
we will discuss.
after this, I
Cause
will
effect graph.
ask my second question. Hmm.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
After this, I will ask my second question. Uh,
Yeah, cause effect graphing is means where that issue is exactly. So we need to do some
okay.
workaround. Workaround means what? We
Mhm.
need to check where this is the problem is causing that issue. So we need to check twice and twice. You need to check different scenarios, and we need to check where the issue is causing. So that we will discuss, and the last we can discuss all these points. Okay, don't worry about. I
Okay.
can give you in detail. Yeah. What about your
Okay.
next question?
One more question. Like
Yeah, go ahead.
you said that these all will be time constrained things. Like SDLC will always be a time constrained thing. So will we be given a target to complete the testing in a provided threshold? Will there be a
Yeah,
time limit for us to
yeah,
test and
yes,
return back the report?
yes. They will. That is what we will see that in agile methodology. Completely in agile, we will discuss what is the estimation. What is the estimation of the time? You need to give your estimation. They will ask
Mm-hmm.
you the time for to completion of the task. That is what agile is
Mm-hmm.
very important. We will discuss each and
Mm-hmm.
everything in agile methodology. That is very important.
Okay.
So you need to
Okay.
provide the estimation. The developer is also give the estimation. Developer is giving the estimation.
Shri,
QA is also give the estimation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Shrini,
Okay.
understanding, right? We will
Shrini,
discuss
Yeah. Yeah.
we,
this
Thanks.
point.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, Shrini,
Okay, thank you.
actually, we have so many stages in software. See, like as you said, we have different stages in STLC, right?
Yeah, software
Hello?
development life
Yeah,
cycle. Yes.
yeah, so we have so
Yeah.
many, then, okay, when we have to test, for example, we have a doubt in analysis. For example, we have any doubt, we have to go to the developer. Like, for example, we have to go to the developer, or we should go to the other, like a business analyst or any other team member. We should go to.
No. You
Did you
cannot
get my
directly go
point?
with business analyst. Yeah, I understand. See, if you have any requirements, you have any doubts, there is a help documents will be there for every application. There is a help document. See, there is a help document. In the help, you
Okay,
can get it all the information. In case still you are not getting, then your next reporting person. What is your next reporting person? Your lead. Your lead is your next reporting person. So
okay,
you need to ask your lead. In case the
okay.
lead is also not having information, then you need to go with your next level, but do not directly, you cannot go to the business analyst. That's wrong. Okay.
Okay, or the developer, right? Like, see, as you said, after, see, before testing, we have coding, right? So we have to go to the developer,
Hmm.
or we have to go to our reporting manager.
First you need to ask the reporting manager, right?
Hello?
You cannot go directly to the development. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, you cannot directly go to
Yeah, I can
directly
hear
to
that.
the development team. First you need to check with your colleague,
Okay, okay,
your buddy. Your buddy is there, right? Your colleague
okay,
will be
okay,
there, right?
okay.
So check with your colleague. So your
Yeah,
colleague will give the information, that is the sufficient. Because if your colleague is not able to tell, then you can go with your lead. If your lead has also no information, then we can go with the development team. Because every time you are
okay,
pinging to the
okay.
developer, then developer time you are killing, right? Don't
Yeah,
we
yeah,
never
yeah.
kill the development time. So developer is reported that that person is always pinging and is asking me means then they will get a negative impact. So
Okay.
always you have a QA team, right? Your reporting manager will be there, or
Okay.
your buddy will be there. Your buddy means your
Okay.
colleagues. So you can ask your
I
colleagues.
understand.
If your colleague will give the information, then it's fine. Otherwise, you can go with the development team. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay, Shane.
that's good.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Anyone? Thank you, guys. Any other person? You have any question, guys? Anybody?
Sri, I have a question. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
apart from this,
Please, please.
is it possible, like, which is the best for this? We'll go for automation or Selenium? Is the way? I don't know whether it's a valid question or not.
Yeah, yeah. You can see now market is looking for any one of automation tool, anything. Okay, whether it is Selenium or any other tools also. But at least you know one automation tool. Then other tools is very easy. Okay, any other tool, any all automation tools are you can easily to learn, but at least the market is looking either you need to learn either only one tool like automation tool. But why the Selenium is asking nowadays everyone, why the people are looking for a Selenium? Selenium is a open source. You need not buy a license, you need not spend any money on that. So you can install, you can download, you can use your application, you can implement. So most of the organization they don't want to put a investment on the tools. So the most of the people are looking what nowadays everyone is looking for open source. So all the open source technologies are in the market is good now for my experience. Are you getting what
So,
I'm saying? Did you get my point?
yes. In the same way,
Yeah.
already
So
right now we started as manual. So in the parallel way,
uh,
you can continue with this automation kind of.
yeah, you can go, you can start also automation, you can start. I can tell you without coding also we can do the automation, but that is what you are going with blindly. But I don't want to like that. So you need to learn some coding language. In future, in next coming days, you can easily work out what I'm writing, how it is working. You can analyze the things, don't buy heart. Most of the people are there, what they will do, they will copy and paste the code and it is working, they're happy with that. No, we are not looking that one. In case anybody asked to write a code, you are ready to write the your own in on your own. No need to depend on others. So if you learn, you can go, you can start parallelly, you can start, not a problem, not at all. There is no, once the manual is completed then only I can go for automation. Not don't do like that. One of the student, he took all the videos. I don't know, he took the videos from my videos, I don't know. But suddenly he called me. I said, I completed all your videos. He's asking advanced topics. How you know all the things? Then he told me, I buy your videos and I already completed. I was getting that shock. Oh, it's a real good idea, right? He is not waiting. He's already took the videos and he already completed all the videos parallelly, and now he's completed manual. In within 1 month, he's ready to for the job. I'm not saying to buy the videos. I never encourage like that things, but just you can start Java. You can start the Java also. Java is very very important. Java is very very important. Basics. What is class? What is method? What is in start immediately. You start.
So as old core Java kind of or any other programming language.
If you want to go with Selenium with Java, you can go with Java, or else I want to go with Python. Then you can start with Python. Python, you can go with Python.
As like Python in the sense like complete Python or the basics
No,
are
no,
enough.
no, no. Basics only. See, one thing you remember: if you learn complete knowledge means you are a developer. No, you are not. You're not belonging to the QA. We
Okay.
required only basic knowledge. That's it. What is basic knowledge is required. No need to code Java, advanced, Spring. That see, that's a Java is a big ocean. You cannot complete. That is a big ocean. But at least you need to know basic things, basic stuff. What is class, what is inheritance, what is polymorphism, what is the oops concept, what is string, what is variables, what is method. At least if you know all the things, then you can have a good career. You have a good career path. Yeah.
Okay. Then along with manual, we can continue. We can start one programming basic language.
Yes, absolutely. Either Python or you can go with the Java or anything. Okay.
Okay.
Concept
Okay.
will be the same. Python also the same, and Java is also the same. Syntax will be changed. Only the script syntax will be changed. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
Someone
Thank
is
you.
asking. I have
Srini,
two questions. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Srini,
Yeah. You go ahead.
I
Yeah.
don't know actually what about Jira. Please tell
Jira, we
me
will tell you.
about Jira.
Yeah,
Not, it
definitely we
is
will
also
tell you.
like
Jira is very important.
Selenium.
No. It's a bug tracking tool. Now I told you, right? You find the bug, right? Now where you will post? You find the bug. Now where you need to post? We will
Okay.
post in the Jira. So Jira we will do. Don't worry. We will completely given as a like agile Jira project and the manual things. So perfectly you can get into the manual job. No doubt at all. 3 years to 4 years you can go. Not a problem. Okay.
Okay,
Jira we will
one more
explain
doubt
you.
that
Don't worry.
with this manual. Okay. Thank you, Srini.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah. You have okay. Yeah.
Mhm. Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, Srini. When it comes to core Java, what is the main things, any main points that you have to learn? Like there is lot, like there is collection, there is framework,
Yeah.
multi-threading. So
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
according
Collections is
like
very important. Exceptions here very
when it
important.
comes to
Oops
testing?
concept is very important. See, that is what I'm telling you. Need not go with
Oh,
in depth. At least what is the collections, what is the array, what is the list. If you know that idea, then it's fine. Not required to go in depth.
okay, Srini.
Okay, basic. That is what I'm telling. Basic core Java. If you go with Durga videos, a lot of videos will be there in online with that. But I don't want to go with videos. I want to an online class or offline class. I want to. First of all, you need to like the subject. Then only you can like the subject. Then only you can interest. You put the interest. One video you saw, and second day you will saw some other video. It not be like that. Put some interest and don't read all the things at a day, in a single day. Only my target is what tomorrow I want to learn what is class. Only what is class, that only I will read tomorrow. The next day I will read object. What is object? Again I'm repeating class and object. What is class and what is object? And the next day I'm going what is method. Now again I'm repeating what is class, what is object, and what is method. So if you break like that, the subject is very easy. Most of the people are reading only one day, reading only one day, then that stuff will not be long time. So just practically, knowledge is different and implementation is different. Everybody have a knowledge, but implementation is different. Can anyone explain framework means? Everyone will tell. Can you write the
Yes,
framework means? No one will write.
yes,
Am I right or not?
yes.
That
Right.
implementation, yeah, implementation knowledge you gain, then you are a master in the software. Most
So
of the
this
people, what they will
implementation.
do, yeah, go ahead. Implementation means you need to do practice, you need to execute, you need to run that thing, then only you will get the implementation knowledge. It
Yes,
won't
this
come
is
like,
only involved in automation testing, right? When it comes
yes,
to
yes, it's a,
Selenium, I
yeah,
guess.
yes. Practice is required. A lot of practice is required in automation. It's easy, very easy. 10th class guy can also do. Not 10th class, 5th class guys can do. But
Okay.
we are scared about that coding. Even I Java I learn after MCA. Again I learn in Amirpet. Again I learn online. Again I can collect my friends' videos. Lot of things. But still, it's new for me. Because Java is you need to put interest, you need to learn the concept. They will ask you in interview question, write 10 primary numbers, write odd numbers, write duplicate letters, right? Find out the duplicate letters. So some basic knowledge, some coding knowledge is required for automation part. Okay.
Yes.
Don't worry guys, start just put a one step front. Let's try your things. Automatically everything will come. But one thing I can tell you, without hard work you will not get anything. Please remember that one. Without hard work, anything it won't come. If your friend refer the job also, you need to struggle for at least some period, not all the periods, only 1 or 2 months. After that, you can enjoy like anything. Everything will comes to you. You whatever you want car, car will comes to you. Whatever you want house, the house will come to you. You want to on site, that on site will comes to you. But hard work is very very important, and struggle for 1 or 2 months, gain the knowledge and implementation the things, automatically everything will comes to you. Everything will comes to you. Okay, be strong yourself and apply the jobs. Let's reject number of jobs is rejected also, not a problem. Just put one more step, one more step. Try. That's it. Okay, but don't compare with others. He got a job, I'm not getting. He is getting 3.5, I'm getting 1.5. If you compare the things, you will be like that only. Don't compare the anything. Don't compare anything. Just gain the knowledge and acquire the knowledge. Okay, too many lectures here, I'm sorry. Let's see, any question guys? We'll see on tomorrow. Tomorrow what we can see, we'll see very very important, how project will comes to the organization, how what developer will do and what tester will do. This is very very important. We'll see tomorrow what developer exactly, the developer what he will do, and what tester what exactly he will do. We'll see in tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we'll see what are the PMP, what are the BRS, what is SRS, what are the documents is required. We'll see. Once it is done, then we can go with testing techniques. Okay, thank you guys for your time. Any questions? Last call.
Srini, I have
Yeah,
a question.
yeah, please go
Like
ahead.
once we have completed the manual testing, and if we take up the automation course also, so what are the what will be the automation tools we'll be learning in automation testing if we take up the
Selenium.
course with DurgaSoft?
Yeah, there
Pardon?
are Selenium with Java and Selenium with Python. There are
Okay.
two things will be there. Choose if you want to go with the Python, you can go with the Python. Not only DurgaSoft. Okay, I'm telling you
Mm-hmm.
can go with anywhere, but choose the best one. Which one you want? I want to go with Java. Java with Selenium. You can go. Go with Python. Python with Selenium. You can go. You can choose your career. That. Okay.
Okay. You will only be suggesting what will be the best.
Yeah. But my suggestion is what, go with Java. If you learn
Mm-hmm.
Java, you can go with APIs. You can see the same thing will be there. The same code will be there, but only the syntax
Mm-hmm.
will be changed. So if you
Okay.
go with selenium.hq.org, see if you go this one documentation, don't panic. Okay, just observe the things. Okay. Mm. Here see the code will be for some code will be there, something you're launching the Firefox browser. Okay, it's a Java.
Okay.
Python,
Okay.
syntax will be the change. See that the same get is get only. Here Java driver.get, here also get only, right? Here also get only. In
Mm-hmm.
Python also get only there. Okay, in C sharp, let's see in the C sharp. In C sharp, they will writing the navigate to. Here the syntax will be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit syntax will be changed. Let's see Ruby what they see. Yeah, Ruby also they're using what, get. Okay, they're using get. Okay, in JavaScript, what they're using, get only. So in Kotlin, see what is using get. But syntax will be changed. Like in Java we are writing like this, in Python we are writing like this, in C sharp we are writing like this, in Ruby we are writing. But you cannot learn all these languages, right? It's very tough. But you are expert in Java,
Okay.
you are expert in Java, so it is easy for to learn in Python. The same thing, that syntax will be changed.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry. If you
Yeah.
learn Java,
Thank
you
you.
got a job. If
Mm-hmm.
you started with Python means they will, you need to learn Python. But don't need, again, no need to go for online classes. They will tell you a proper documentation, and in the real time they will give you a lot of trainings and all the things, so you can easily learn. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Srini.
Thank you. Thank you. Chalo, bye. Thanks for your
Thank you,
time. We'll
Shivam.
see you on tomorrow. Time. Chalo, bye guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.